Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a compilation of clips of Amberlynn Reid fat-shaming others and being a total hypocrite. How and why would somebody who was over 500 pounds fat-shame others? Stick around to find out. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache.
We went into Texas Roadhouse today, and when we went to go sit down, there was this girl who, you know, to me looked like she was maybe like 50 pounds bigger than me. I can't really say. I asked Destiny, like, I have this like...
She looked 50 pounds bigger than you, and you asked Destiny? Is this a regular recurrence? Anytime you go somewhere, you're like, hey, what do you think? She's about 10, 12 pounds heavier than me? What? We're throwing out actual figures and stuff? Oh my goodness. That's not going to be annoying to be in a relationship with at all.
Crazy thing where if I see someone that's like really morbidly obese like I am, I'll literally ask whoever I'm with, hey, is that person bigger than me?
I have this thing where if somebody's morbidly obese, like I am, I ask them if they're bigger than me. What the heck? So you know that you're morbidly obese, and you literally just want to find somebody who's morbidly obese-er, right? And make you feel better. Like, I'm 550 pounds, and that's pretty crazy, but pretty sure she's like 600.
Why I do it. I don't know if it's because I want to feel better about myself.
Gee, I don't know. Why do you do it? To feel better about yourself? Of course. What a silly question.
Or I want to understand how other people visually see me.
Yes, it is unfortunate that we can't really understand how other people see us until we see somebody else that looks similar to us. Then we're like, oh, that person has a problem. And then you're like, oh, that person looks like me.
I really don't know what it is. And I asked Destiny, she's like, I don't know, I wasn't really looking at her.
God, that would be instantly annoying as hell to be in a relationship with. Is she fatter than me? Is she fatter than me? How much fatter? 50 pounds? 60 pounds? What do you think, babe? Shut up. Shut up.
Like, oh, that helps. But to me, she looked like she was about 50 pounds bigger than I was. Either way,
about 50 pounds bigger. Well, then she's a loser, dude.
We were both like
she's 50 pounds more of a loser, dude. Get her out of here.
Super huge in the restaurant. And she was also sitting at a table with her like chunky friend.
Why are you calling everybody fat and chunky and fat shaming everybody? What is this? Okay, so I used to have a lot of sympathy for Amberlynn.
And I couldn't help but almost like judge this morbidly obese girl. Like,
oh my goodness, what is happening? This is hypocritical as hell.
I am morbidly obese, and I'm worried.
No, you're not. You are 50 pounds less than morbidly obese. The person who weighs 50 pounds more than you has a problem. That's where a problem begins. Is it about 50 pounds heavier than you currently are? So you're always good, okay?
About other people judging me, but yet I am sitting there almost like judging this girl, like...
Almost like judging this girl. Oh, you're like, dude, look at this beast. I don't look like that, do I? If I had 50 pounds more of weight, I might look that bad, but I don't, right? That 50-pound buffer is what separates me from her, thank God.
I wouldn't say I was like judging her, like, oh my God, this big girl's in a restaurant. I was more so looking at her thinking, I'm so sad for her.
What? What? By the way, somebody else made this compilation. That's why it has this effect on there. I'll put a link to their original video below. I just felt really sad for her. Like, put down the fork, bro. Put down the fork. What is happening?
Like, I'm sad that she's obese, and I...
Are you shrooming? What is happening?
I noticed how other people stared at her, and it's like, it really opened my eyes, like,
do people stare at me like that?
Do people look at me that way too, and I just don't notice it?
It's good that you're not noticing it, because a lot of people fixate on it. They're like, anytime I go in a room, everybody drops their forks and just turns and looks at me, even though that's not the case. So it's good that you haven't been hyper-fixated on the judgment from others, like a lot of other people are.
But I noticed it was somebody else. And then I really almost didn't even want to sit there because I felt like we were going to draw attention because it's two really big girls.
Okay.
And it's like, when the girl stood up to leave, I hadn't even gotten my food yet. And it's like, I couldn't stop staring at her. Like,
what is this whole story, bro? Amber. Girl, what is this?
All I can think about is like, I'm so sad for her, like, why?
I'm so sad for her. You just got done saying when a couple morbidly obese people like us sit together, it's gonna look a certain kind of way, and now you're saying you feel sad for her. Why specifically her? If you are part of this morbidly obese duo, why are you just sad for her?
Is she eating out? I did think that at one point, like...
This all took place at a restaurant, right? So you guys were both eating out at the same time at the same restaurant, and you're like, oh my god, look at this wildebeest. She really needs to stop eating out. This is getting out of hand. Like
I almost...
Oh, Amber. Amber.
just wanted to grab her and just be like, eat healthy, lose weight.
What? Dude, what? Amber. You wanted to grab her and just be like, yo, eat healthy. What the hell are you doing? Your fellow morbidly obese individual who it might look weird if you both sat together in the restaurant because you were both morbidly obese according to you. You wanted to grab her and shake her and be like, yo, eat healthy. Eat healthier, person who has my same exact physique. Plus 50 pounds. She ain't got my same physique. She weighs 50 pounds more than me, at least. Maybe even like 55, if we're being real. Okay, I'm not the fattest in the room, so I don't have the problem. Thank you very much.
I'm just kidding, okay.
Okay, now we've moved on past the fat shaming story, and she's gonna eat a lot of unhealthy food, I guess, which she was just trying to dunk on somebody else for. Let's go.
I love sandwiches like this.
I love a good sandwich too, man.
And the olives. I feel like if you like olives, don't get mayonnaise. The olives kind of give that like kick you need.
What? If you like olives, don't get mayonnaise, because the olives give you that kind of kick that you need. So an olive kicks similarly to mayonnaise. Okay.
Actually had a dietitian reach out to me. It was the other day.
I love her talking about a dietitian reaching out to her the other day while she's eating a ginormous plate of spaghetti. This is great.
And she wants to help me.
Help you with what? You already didn't gain the extra 50 pounds like that other chick. I think we're good, dude.
And I think that's amazing. So, yay.
I just love the irony of talking about going to a dietitian while eating a big old plate of spaghetti. My voice started cutting out right there. Okay, how long is this gonna go on? How long is this gonna go on? Spaghetti is not that good, dude. I don't think I've ever moaned eating spaghetti. I don't think I've really moaned eating food at all where I'm like, oh. Like, I don't know, that's really weird to me. I'm sure there's some food out there that's just so damn good that you do that, but spaghetti? That's spaghetti? What is that, Prego? Ragu? That's just like jarred sauce on top of noodles, man. That's nothing to moan about.
Honestly don't think I've ever ordered like spaghetti at a restaurant before.
Okay.
I was just craving it.
Oh, so that's what you ordered at this restaurant? Dude, is this another one of those things where she's like, I've never ordered this before, and then she eats 10 of them? Amberlynn has this thing where she accidentally gets an unhealthy food option, or they accidentally give her an extra thing of fries at the fast food place. And I'm guessing here she accidentally ordered some spaghetti, and she liked it. She's like, oh, this is actually good. She plays all these weird games. She'll like eat something, be like, what is this, a chocolate chip cookie? I normally don't like things like this, but this is actually pretty okay. Gotta get that water in, girl.
Yeah, this spaghetti tastes homemade and it just tastes really comforting. And
What? The spaghetti tastes homemade. I have never, ever, ever heard that statement before. Spaghetti tastes homemade. It's just noodles, tomato sauce, and some ground beef or sausage or something. The way they boiled these noodles really tastes like when you boil these noodles at home. They've really captured the essence of home noodle boiling. If you order spaghetti at a restaurant, why did you even go to a restaurant? You go to a restaurant and order some mac and cheese with hot dogs cut up in it.
It's really good. This restaurant, never been to it. Oops, sorry for that screechy noise. It's a place that Becky's been wanting to go to. And I was kind of hesitant because I thought
This Becky's a bitch. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know the whole Becky, Destiny, this thing, that thing. I don't know, dude. I'll dive into it a little bit more if you guys want me to.
this place, it's called BJ's, by the way. I thought it was just like burgers and stuff. Your girl was wrong.
Your girl was wrong. They also got spaghetti.
So we're gonna start with the fact that when I got into the doctor's office, there was nowhere for me to sit because my ass is too big to fit in the chairs.
Those fat-phobic chairs, how dare they?
So I had to walk from the car into the doctor's, which for me is already hard enough.
For me.
And then every single one of the chairs had those arms on it, but they were definitely tiny, trust me. I mean, for the average person, I'm sure they're fine and dandy, but for someone like me, I wasn't able to sit down, so then I had to stand.
Okay, so you couldn't fit into the chair at the doctor's office, so you had to stand. Luckily, this isn't a sign that we need to make any sort of adjustments in our own lives.
I had to stand for about 15 minutes, and I'm not used to that. I don't stand on the regular basis. I don't stand that long on the regular basis.
I would recommend standing more. If you're very, very large, little bits of exercise are going to look a lot different than they do for other people. If you're morbidly obese, just standing up for a few minutes at a time can be pretty good exercise. And honestly, that's the only kind of exercise you can probably do at that size. Move your arms around, doing some stuff, maybe stand up for a little bit here and there until you get used to it. And little movements like that for someone that's morbidly obese are actually burning a ton of calories and actually require a ton of work. So I recommend you continue on with your small movements until eventually they become big movements.
Longest I stand is daily in the shower. I try to take the fastest showers.
Daily? Oh man, that must be a real pain. Showering while being morbidly obese must be very difficult. There must be a loofah on a stick type of situation. The 600-pound life episode that I was recording was about Gina taking a bath once a month, so hopefully I can get the copyright issues sorted out with that one and release it. When you get to be morbidly obese, it must be a real pain to wash yourself, so washing yourself every day would be a real accomplishment.
You've ever known in your life, because it is a struggle for me. These things are becoming a struggle and are a struggle for me because that's just how it is now.
Just how it is now. So it's gotten progressively worse the larger that you've gotten. I would like to help Amberlynn lose weight. If she followed my dietary guidelines, she would drop this weight.
So then when they finally called me back, you guys know when you go to hospitals or you go to like doctors, go down this hallway, go down that one.
She's right. I can tell that you've been to a doctor's office before. Her story checks out.
Turn that way, go down this way.
Okay, are we gonna get to the part where you get to the doctor, Amber?
Go down that hallway, and then that one. It's just like you're going down all these ways, and
You are going down all these ways.
then finally when it's time to leave, you're like lost.
Okay, yes, I absolutely relate to that 100%. And then everybody looks at you like you're a moron. You're like, bro, we made like 12 turns to get into this little nook inside of the hospital or whatever. And then you're like, all right, the exit's that way. And you're like, down that hall? And then what do I do? And then they're like, yeah, just make 2 turns down past the janitor closet, make a right by the 3rd entrance. And you're just like, what? Huh? What? By the end of the day, trying to leave the hospital, you get caught up in some data entry in a cubicle somewhere, and you are still working there to this day. That's how I got my last job. I just got lost, and then I kind of ended up doing data entry. No, but seriously, don't you guys all get lost in all these stupid facilities too? You're like following the doctor or whoever in there, and you're making all these turns and stuff. In your mind, you're like, okay, we made a left, then we made a right. I don't want to look like a moron when I go to leave this place, so I'm trying to remember all these turns. But you can't. The doctor's talking to you the whole way like, yeah, so how have you been today? And you're like, I've been good. And you're just trying to remember, okay, we made a left. And they're like, so, you know, what kind of ailments are you having? And you're like, yeah, I'm having a lot of problem with my back. And let's see, we just made a right. And like, you're just trying to keep track of all the turns while the doctor's making small talk with you. Oh my goodness.
But I don't walk anymore. Like, I have a Fitbit, I don't use it.
I don't walk anymore. I have a Fitbit. I don't use it. Okay, so if we don't want to walk anymore, we just have to buy a Fitbit and set it in a drawer somewhere. Okay, good. I think I'm gonna do that too because I don't feel like walking anymore either.
I have legs. I rarely use them. I need to move more.
I agree. I agree.
Obviously, because this was so embarrassing. I was walking and walking and walking and walking to get to the room that I was going to be seeing the doctor in, and I was like breathing exactly like this. Like, it was so embarrassing.
That is embarrassing. I used to get embarrassed at the heavy breathing that I would do doing minimal activity as well. When I was larger, and I was not nearly as large as her, I would be all out of breath doing stupid, simple shit too. And it was embarrassing as hell. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. When you were a little bit larger, or if you're still larger now, it's incredibly embarrassing to be out of breath doing a simple task. Like you and another person walk down the hall or something, you're completely out of breath, but you're trying to hide it. You're like, yeah, dude. Yeah, about that work stuff that you're talking about. I agree, we should, get that taken care of. What? No, I'm not tired. This is normal breathing. I'm not breathing all heavy or anything. But yeah, dude, literally, I used to try to hide my out-of-breathedness while I was around other people because they weren't out of breath because they weren't fat like me. And I was only like 60 pounds overweight. I can only imagine how bad you're out of breath at her size. Like, she couldn't even hide it. Obviously, she's just like, and they're like, Amber, we just stood up out of the chair. That is very embarrassing, and I relate.
Because the nurse who called my name while I was in the waiting room was the one who saw me first, and I couldn't catch my breath, and
oh, dude, that is embarrassing. They're like, yo, tell me your name, and you're like, just give me a minute. Just give me a minute.
It was just really embarrassing. So that was the first thing that happened. And I was trying to like crack jokes. I was like, oh, sorry, I have asthma.
Dude, if you're over 500 pounds and you're like, oh, sorry, I have asthma, and that's why I'm out of breath, I don't think anybody's buying that. The nurse is looking at you like, asthma? Okay. Oh, dude, did she just go cross-eyed for a second? Oh, no. No. Okay, so she just went cross-eyed after taking a bite of some fast food. Like you're having visions and shit. What the hell? Oh my god, that's a good tater tot.
I have a dietitian, y'all.
What? Why does she keep bringing up her dietitian while she's eating pure garbage? I have a dietitian, y'all. Like, what the heck? Why does she keep bringing that up while she's in the middle of eating garbage? So that was weird and hypocritical. Amberlynn Reid was fat-shaming others and kept bringing up her dietitian. Please subscribe to the channel and turn on all notifications. Also, please click the like button. 1 like equals 1 mustache Komen. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.